Welcome to Drinks in the Library, the only library where drinks aren't just allowed, they are required. I'm your librarian host, Gigi Howard, and each episode I'll be interviewing a guest about a much-loved book that we will be pairing with a drink for you to enjoy along with us or consider for your next book club meetup. As always, stay curious and support your local library. Hello, Libration Nation. This week we are discussing Twilight by Stephanie Meyer, the now ubiquitous tale of Bella Swan and the vampire that just can't quit her, Edward Cullen. This story has, of course, been widely read and adapted into famous films. I was so happy to discuss it with this week's guest, Christina and Leela from the fellow Richmond book podcast, Burn Before Reading. I was on Burn Before Reading last week talking about being a librarian during the 50 Shades of Grey craze. So please go check that out. Head over to Burn Before Reading. Just know that they are for mature audiences only, so be forewarned. A little about Burn Before Reading. It is where hosts Christina Kahn and Leela Hilton explore bad writing, cringy memories, and scandalous literary history. The cringe factor of literature is as ancient as writing itself, and Burn Before Reading is here to explore all of it. This week's drink is an O Positive Party Punch. It is from Slugs on the Refrigerator blog, so thank them for that. Before we get started, Style Weekly is doing their Best of Richmond voting right now through February 28th. If you do vote, I hope you vote for Drinks in the Library as Best Podcast. Also, I do sell merch. All of the proceeds from merch go back into supporting the show, paying for the hardware and software and all the things that I have to do to make this happen. So please support me by buying some merch. All right, let's get to it. Good evening. All right, I am here with Leela and Christina from the local podcast here in Richmond, Burn Before Reading, and we were so excited to connect because we're kind of doing similar things here in the RVA area. Tonight we are discussing I don't even know how you describe Twilight, classic tale, and y'all brought this to me. So, and we just recorded an episode for Burn Before Reading about 50 Shades of Grey, which is Twilight fan fiction. So it all kind of like comes together perfectly. So I wanted to give y'all a chance to talk about your podcast and what you normally talk about. And I know you've discussed Twilight already quite heavily.
A little too heavily.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a word for the next time you talk about Twilight. It's ubiquitous, you know?
Perfect. Okay, yes.
It just is its own thing, and everybody knows what it is. Hi, listeners. Very happy to be here. Leela, say hi.
Hi, listeners. I'm Leela, and the other one's name is
Tina. You got to, when you're guesting on a podcast, you'd be like, this is the sound of my voice. I'm Tina. And then
this is the sound of my voice. I'm Leela.
Yeah, because we're strangers to you.
Yeah. Oh, that's so smart. And also, this is the first time I've ever had two guests on the podcast.
Wow.
So we share one brain cell, so you could not possibly have separated us.
Yeah. To quote E.L. James, are you telling us that we broke through your virginity? I'm so sorry, Dad. I'm so sorry, Gigi's dad.
It's a book quote. There's nothing we can do.
It's not an original quote.
Dad,
me.
Yeah, Dad, if you're listening to this, it was in the book. So
it's in the book.
Yeah.
I'm quoting crucial British literary history here. Yes, we are from Burn Before Reading, where we talk about literary cringe, drama, and nostalgia. And sometimes things fit into all three categories, like Twilight.
Yes, we have jokingly referred to Twilight as the BBR Bible, and I would say that that's very true at this point. We just can't seem to get away from it. At this point, I, sort of resented that for a second, and now I feel like I've come full circle and I embrace it. So we're happy to share all of the burden of knowledge that we have on this subject.
Yeah, and I feel like we're hitting like a really hot topic too, because now Twilight is coming back. All the Gen Z and Gen Alpha babies are now finding out about it. And so it's cool again.
I think they are reading it with an ironic lens, whereas when we were their age, we were reading it, at least Leila and I were, with a very unironic lens.
Yeah, I read
now
it
we're coming
dead
back to the irony. Yeah. And goddamn, these books are fun.
Yeah.
They are fun.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so on your podcast, I said I teased the story. I don't know how good the story is, but we're gonna do it anyway.
We'll react like so good.
All right. Have you heard there's like a Tumblr post that's kind of like went viral about how 50 Shades of Grey would never have happened without 9/11? Have you heard this before? The butterfly fact.
We in fact have that is our 9/11 special episode that we are going to record this year is about this.
Okay, well, can I say it now without
Please
spoiling
do.
it? Okay, so now we're dropping. All right, so 9/11 happened very sadly. My Chemical Romance, the lead singer from that, Gerard Way, was in New York City at the time. I think he was working for like the Cartoon Network or something. And it happened and he realized like life was happening, passing him by, and he needed to take advantage of every moment. And so he formed the band My Chemical Romance. And then, and it's the famous song I think most people know is My Black Parade, right? Join the Black Parade. Is that a song?
I think it's Welcome
to the Black Parade.
Welcome to the Black Parade. And then Stephanie Myers saw the video and thought Gerard Way was the most handsome man, based Edward Cullen on Gerard Way, and then thus 50 Shades of Grey was inspired by Twilight. So you've already heard this story. What do you think? How did I do with it? Did I miss any details?
I have not delved into it too far, as you know, I am lazy and don't do research before my episodes are due. But so this is news to me, to be honest with you. I knew that there was a connection, but I'm loving this, and I feel like Edward Cullen is in no way similar to Gerard Way. So that is shocking to me.
Why do you say that?
He's not gothic enough.
I don't know if we've been reading the same thing. I unfortunately have to be the bearer of bad news.
Oh no.
I believe this is a myth, and I am currently in my Facebook group Twilight shitposting, trying to track down what part of this is the myth. But all of my internet experts in Twilight shitposting, which is my second most precious online community, forgot about our Discord server for a second, posted this long thing about how this is a myth, and I'm trying to find it right now, and if I can't, I'll give up. I don't want to just say you're wrong and then not provide any feedback, but I can't describe how many posts get posted in this meme group online.
Well, I think the only thing that could probably, because everything else is true except for we don't know the Stephanie Booth Gerard Way connection. I think he did say that 9/11 inspired him to, start My Chemical Romance. So
I definitely buy that because, as a generation, we were all very affected and inspired. Layla and I each wrote a song separately about it.
Let's just say it ain't no Black Parade.
That's so true.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I want to get into the book a little bit. So I always start off with asking, so who were you when you first read Twilight? Like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Why don't you go, Leela?
Okay. Let's see. So I definitely read these books, I feel like, right when they came out. And I was an earnest, good little girl. I was real churchy, and I read it. I read it, and then I went to go see the movies with my youth group, which is so weird, right? But actually, it's not, because there's so many religious undertones in there that you get why. And it's let's just say not a 50 Shades of Grey. It's like squeaky clean in that way. Yeah, I was also squeaky clean and so horny. You know what I mean? So I was the perfect audience.
A lot of repressed, like sexual and romantic energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I read it so earnestly that I again, full circle. I found it for a long time embarrassing how seriously I took these books. And now I have come back to being fond about that and kinder to my young self.
Yes. I love that. Tina, what about you?
My experience was similar. Although I was able to be a horny teenager, I had a little bit more freedom and not as much like religious trauma as Leela, but still I like just did not know what healthy relationships were. We've talked about this kind of a lot over on Burn Before Reading, but I was in an abusive relationship at this time, and I think that I was like, "Ugh, what if he was hot and a vampire too?" So it definitely, I think I was, just kind of, I was a big reader. I really loved fantasy. And I'm not sure that until Twilight came out, well, and also Harry Potter. Those are the two things where I was like keeping up with books coming out in real time.
Mhm.
And so I think I just, like really romanticized these because I've always talked about this. I don't know why I started the sentence that way. I think that women who read literature often, and this is like broad sweeping generalizations, really romanticize the monster that will not hurt me. And you can see that everywhere. Not in 50 Shades of Grey, but like A Court of Thorns and Roses, the monster that won't hurt me. It is like freaking Beauty and the Beast. Like women love that. So I think I just really romanticized it. I was looking for identity at this time, but also like at that age, you're looking for identity that like already supports the identity you're kind of working on already. So this book just fit right in there.
Yeah. And so I feel like everybody probably knows the story of Twilight, but kind of just jumping into it, who are your favorite characters? I guess actually no. Tell us, who wants to tell us the story of Twilight?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Before we go on, do you want us to talk about this first book here? Because a lot of things change.
I would say, does it make more sense to stick with just the first book for now?
I think probably yes.
Okay, let's do that then.
And with no disrespect meant, Leela, I will handle the synopsis because
I was just
proved you can't be trusted with.
I can't be trusted. It will become the whole episode. Nobody wants that.
So Twilight is the story of a nothing girl who moves from where she's lived with her mother in Arizona to live with her father in Forks, Washington, the rainiest town in the country.
Whoop, whoop.
And every boy is in love with her, especially Edward Cullen, who is a vampire. And there are, I don't want to get this wrong, 498, just shy of 500 pages of Bella saying, I love you, and Edward saying, I am dangerous for you, and then relentlessly pursuing her to the ends of the earth. While he's saying, you're so dumb, I'm really bad for you. And then the culminating event is that one random vampire wants to eat Bella for dinner for no good reason. And the entire Cullen family has to drop everything to help her not die, which will become a recurring theme.
Okay. Okay. And she smells like amazing, right? Yes.
She smells amazing. She smells amazing to everyone. She smells extra amazing to Edward. And then the vampire at the end, James, who wants to eat her for dinner, it's not even clear if you smell extra yummy or if he's just, I choose you, Pikachu, because they call him a tracker and they're like, he'll never stop tracking. Like, what is this?
You're like, why?
What is this logic?
Yeah, and so jumping into the story, so like their relationship too. What is Edward? What is Bella like?
Yeah, Edward is emotionally mercurial, emotionally manipulative. He is debonair and handsome and suave. He talks like he's not from these times. Hates himself, and he wants you to hate him too, but he also wants you to be his girlfriend. And Bella she's really boring. She has no skills. She has no friends. And everything that is fun about her is like just her running internal monologue. Like she's a little sassy. She's a little sassy, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's like a brat, you know?
Yeah.
That's her role. But she always still capitulates to whatever Edward wants or is trying to get her to do.
Don't forget, also, she fall down.
She fall down. Yeah, can't forget that.
She's clumsy.
That's like her main trait. Like, truly.
It really is.
Yeah. Well, as we just discussed in 50 Shades of Grey, that's like the very first thing that Anastasia does is she falls down.
It's just like Leela and I are both clumsy.
Mhm.
Recently, Leela used to be really clumsy. I used to not be that clumsy. We've recently switched. I don't know what happened. But like when you meet us, that will not be the first thing you notice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna fall, like,
Into your
try to shake your
sexy
hand.
lap.
Yeah. And just,
Like you're gonna notice that we smile, that we're giggly, that we're chatty, you know, like you're gonna notice other things before we fall down.
That'll be like the 10th thing that happens.
And Bella is also, and this is pretty obnoxious, she's like a girl hater. She like hates her friends.
Mm-hmm.
The one
Yeah.
girl, Angela, aka the actress's name I'm blanking.
oh, gosh.
No,
I
not
don't
Angela,
remember.
the other Jessica.
Oh,
Anna Kendrick.
Jessica.
I got the vowel backwards. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Anna Kendrick's character in the movie is like trying really hard to be Bella's friend, and Bella's, look at this idiot over here who thinks she can be my friend. Girl, you have no friends. Why are you doing this?
Yeah. The narrative also writes Jessica in a way that makes us, as the reader, that it makes the reader want to think that she is this vapid,
Yeah.
just like other girls kind of girl. Oh, she likes
Mhm.
clothes and makeup and gossip and boys.
there's
Can you
nothing
imagine? Bella's the
Yeah.
opposite of those things.
This was the pinnacle of the not like other girls time period. Like when I was this, you asked who I was when these books came out, I was also not like other girls. I just don't like being friends with girls because they just cause so much drama.
Drama,
All my friends are boys. Like I just get
Uh-huh.
along with them better. And like I write on my jeans and I wear green Converse. That was literally who I was. So bad.
Yeah. Well, do you think that you connected with the books because of that? Because you were like, oh, Bella's just like me.
I suppose. Like that makes perfect sense. I don't recall. Leela, what about you?
I did not connect with her in that way because I am and have always been like other girls. I'm a very unapologetically feminine, frilly, girly girl. I always have been. Now, I say unapologetic. Back then, did I try really hard to make myself like football? Yes. Did I try really hard to,
I never went that far.
I don't know, convince myself that like rollerblading places was a good idea?
Okay, yeah, your interpretation of what not like other girls is different from
It's like, I
mine.
don't know, sports?
Rollerblading?
It's like, yeah, let's get the clumsiest girl we know on wheels constantly.
Tiny wheels.
Yeah,
I do
no.
want to say for the record, these days I am also very much like other girls. Other girls are great.
Yeah, and they are. And I've always been boy crazy. And probably like Jessica, boy crazy, and then no boys ever wanted anything to do with me. They can kind of sense the crazy, I can tell now. So I think I wanted to be cool like Bella. And I think we all sort of saw a little bit of ourselves in that, you know, well, maybe I could be like so nonchalant that all the boys want me.
But why on earth do they want her?
But why? Yeah, it's because she doesn't care. Like,
I think that at least in Twilight, at least in this first book, it's because she's new.
yeah, yes, she's the, what did she say? She's like the shiny new toy or something
Yes.
like that. Yeah.
I think that helps.
Yeah. Yeah. When that happens, that's like in Mean Girls too. Like when Caddy comes in and they're like, new girl, new, and yeah, for sure.
And you're right, she kind of gives them nothing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at least in Mean Girls, it's freaking Lindsay Lohan. It was like a drop dead gorgeous, beautiful woman.
It's so true. They like put her in a ponytail and a green t-shirt and they were like,
And
she's
they're like-
ugly. She's been on the African savannah.
And you're like, yeah, sure, okay. And I mean, hey, Kristen Stewart is a beautiful woman. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
They
this
do-
isn't her hottest for sure.
No, they do a really good job, especially in this first movie, of really drabbing her down, I
I
think.
think she's cast very well.
Yeah, I do too.
And that reminds me of the casting too. So going back to 50 Shades of Grey, E.L. James really wanted Robert Pattinson to play Christian. Can you believe that?
Crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He wasn't
Girl,
available.
you crazy. He was like, I did this once. I am not doing this again.
Yeah, no one hates Twilight more than Rob Pattinson.
Okay, so what are some of the things that y'all have talked about on the show in regards to in regards to Twilight that,
The highlights of Twilight.
Yeah, the highlights of Twilight. Nailed it.
Well, I know the listeners can't see this, but
great.
Gigi, can you see?
That is wild.
You want to
Okay,
describe to the listeners. What
I
we're
am
holding
looking
right
at Christina's copy of Twilight that has, I think, like literally 60 or 70 little mini post-it note stickies.
They're color coded.
They're color coded. Okay, so what are the colors for?
These are the big four.
Okay.
So I did a green post-it for every time she was clumsy.
Okay.
I did a yellow post-it for every time Edward was what's
Abusive?
Yes, abusive, but I didn't highlight the subtle stuff. I only did the really obvious stuff. I did a blue post-it for interesting plot points, and then I did what am I doing? I'm losing track of my colors, y'all. Whatever. And then I did another color for every time Charlie deserves better. So those are the main takeaways from Twilight.
And which color is most prominent?
I gotta say, it is the abuse color, which is pink. He is in every book, he becomes better and better. By the time he gets married, we're like, yeah, sure. But like literally every other page in this book, once they start getting to know each other, you lie to me because you're not telling me what you're thinking. Let's see what else. You're so clumsy, you like dumbass. You need to watch out for yourself better. His gaze darkening, a big trigger after the 50 Shades of Grey. Being like, I can't be around you. I'm dangerous. Driving so fast. Just calling her. He spends so much time pursuing her and then being like, you're so dumb for putting yourself in constant danger, aka me, I am danger.
Leela, what do you have to say about that?
About the abuse? So yeah, it again, after the context of having recently read 50 Shades of Grey, I don't want to say it's not that bad, but it's a different kind of abuse. So I guess I feel like
it's like toned down for teenagers.
Yes, the abuse that Christian gives is more obvious and blatant
and physical.
And the abuse that Edward gives is passive and
manipulative.
Do
you remember when Bella Swan almost gets sexually assaulted in Port Angeles?
Yes.
And he comes and picks her up and he's driving 120 miles per hour and he tells her, the would-be victim of a sexual assault, say something to calm me down before I crash this car.
Yeah.
I'm so upset right now.
Oh my God. Why do you think as teenagers we were all like okay with this?
Because he doesn't hurt her.
Yeah,
the monster that will not hurt me.
Yes, because the abuse is not as black and white as a teenager thinks it is. At least not, especially not a dumb teenager like we were back in, 2000 and haha. I mean, abuse to me back then was like, oh, your boyfriend hits you.
Yes.
It was like, not your boyfriend is very controlling. Your boyfriend gets mad at you at the drop of a hat. Your boyfriend demands that you read his mind and communicate even when you don't want to,
right. And like at this time, like I mentioned, I was in an abusive relationship and he did hit me. And so I feel like maybe I was like, oh, wow, what if he dressed better and never laid a finger on me? Just like mad. Like it is like a romanticization of this like type of man. Like again, not again, because I was talking about this in the Burn Before Reading episode, but I've been watching a lot of Downton Abbey lately, and that's my main reference point for everything right now. And that's set like 100 years ago, and the lord of the manor is like a really, really kind, nice man, and he still snaps every once in a while. They only let him do it like twice a season because he's a good man, but he still snaps and yells and bosses people around because that's his role. It's like this like archaic idea of what a man is.
Mm-hmm. I wonder, there's all like archetypes of different people in stories. I'm just trying to imagine what is the Edward Cullen archetype. I don't know them all off the top of my head, but like the rogue.
Yeah, I don't know any of them off the top of my head.
Okay.
Well, I mean, not necessarily that, but I'm thinking of what what did not grow up Mormon. I grew up evangelical, like Southern Baptist. But what the ideal man is, what we were taught is it's a man who leads his woman. It's a man who takes control, takes her agency, and he is in charge at all times. Okay. And so of course, somebody like Stephanie Meyer, by the way, it's only one Meyer. Weird last name.
And also Stephanie is all E's, no A's.
Stephanie.
We realized this pretty late in the game.
Yeah. Okay. Stephanie Meyer, just somebody like Stephanie who was raised with this type of mindset, of course, would think this is the ideal man. Yeah. That, and then unfortunately teenagers are reading that and thinking this is the ideal man.
Yeah.
The perspective of the writer as an adult reader can never be forgotten. It is always there in every line. And I think from the perspective of the writer, Edward is a knight in shining armor, like his emotional whims are beside the point. The point is that when she is in danger, which as a reminder is constantly, he is there to save her, and he knows best, and he will take her to safely, and he will make her an honest wife. And that, I think that's his role, the knight.
The knight.
And his shining armor, by the way, is skin.
Yeah.
His very white, pale skin.
Can I tell you, I was listening to a podcast today. It's a Dungeons and Dragons podcast, and the cast is 5 men and 1 woman. And these men, I love this podcast so much. It's called Dungeons and Daddies. These men are constantly making anime and video game jokes that I don't get, and the one girl on the cast doesn't get it. And they're always like, sorry, Beth. And then today, in the episode I was listening to, she made a skin of a killer joke to dead silence. No one knew what she was talking about.
That's a crime. That's a crime. That's a hate crime right there. I
was like, you men are on her for not knowing what I consider to be obscure animes. And you don't know this is the skin of a killer, Bella? That's embarrassing.
I feel like you said that's a ubiquitous quote, no?
I feel that it's ubiquitous. At least in our community, Leela.
Yeah, but again, we surround ourselves by women, theys, queers, and a very specific type of men.
Yeah.
Let's just say.
So true.
Have your partners read Twilight?
My boyfriend read it in high school to impress a girl.
Okay.
Which, that's dedication right there.
I think he read the whole thing. I was at his house today, and we were thinking of moving in together. So I was like, oh, we don't need 2 of this. We don't need 2 of this. And I was like, why does he still have his Twilight books?
No, Jason definitely never read Twilight, but he went to go see one of the movies with his like high school girlfriend. So that was probably his first intro to it.
I think our partners and a lot of our friends are big fans of the movie.
Yeah.
My boyfriend will watch the movie. It's fun.
We have a lot of fun. Yeah.
Well, I have a story about the movie, and my husband, he went to go see it. This is back, we were dating at the time. He went to go see it with a coworker who he had no idea what this is, right? And the coworker says, it's a vampire movie. My brother was in it. He was this, apparently my husband's former coworker was the stunt double for Robert Pattinson.
Damn.
So it sounds cool. So like Bill has no idea what he's going into.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
And he says he like walked into the movie theater and he like looked for his friend and it's all women.
Of course.
And him. And so yeah, so he saw it in theaters.
That reminds me, we saw it. Well, Leela, I don't think you were there, but we saw it at the Bird recently. They play it at our local B-run theater. And that's quite a bit of fun because everyone's shrieking and clapping the whole time. And when we sat down, whoever I was with, this like old man sat down right in front of us and he was by himself. And he sat down right in front of us. And I was like, that's cute that this old guy's into Twilight. He stayed until the baseball scene. I think one of the most beloved scenes in the film, and then he got up and left and never came back. And we were like, was he here by accident? What happened to this man?
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. But yeah, so I think it's interesting. Yeah, people whose partner has read or seen the movie. Also, I wanted to talk about Stephenie. So Stephenie Meyer, is she still in the Mormon community? What's up with that?
I believe so.
Yeah, as far as we know, she's still a devout Mormon. And I think that like Mormons
Yes.
love this book.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
She's still a
Yeah.
member.
And I think that's interesting what you said, Leela, about like how Edward Cullen is in like those religious communities. Because I also come from a religious conservative background. So yeah, I have had that experience of, yeah, the man is in charge of you and you don't have to make any choices. And
Yeah.
and so I think some people like idealize that. I guess that we're seeing that like with trad wives now too. Is
For sure. Yeah,
I
Bella would definitely be a trad wife, I feel.
Yeah. And to be honest, if I trusted my man and like we had a good partnership, I would do that. Like, why
I was going to say, in a lot of ways, it sounds really nice, right?
Yeah.
It's so, imagine like not having to worry about anything. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, except running the house, which is something that I enjoy and am great at, you know?
right. I understand. And you know what? If you, like you said, Tina, if you have a respectful, communicative relationship, then I'm sure there's people that make that work.
And if you have your own money, that's like the most important thing is that even if he takes 5% of his paycheck and puts it away in a savings account that is for you, or you have a nice savings account from before you became a homemaker that you are able to retain in your name, that's the one thing. You have to have your own money so that you can leave if you have to. That's the most important thing.
Because otherwise there's this power imbalance that is never going to really, as much as you tell yourself like we like this, it works. There's always going to be this weird power imbalance that will never
leave. Yeah.
For
Sure.
Agreed. Yeah. Is she still writing, Stephenie Meyer? Do we know anything?
Let's see. There's suspicions that she is writing under a pen name, but those are completely unconfirmed. That just happened. That just popped up when I Googled.
Okay.
Is Stephenie Meyer still Mormon? I mean, she rode the Twilight train for a long time. She wrote Twilight, all 4 books. She wrote Midnight Sun, which is Twilight from Edward's perspective. She wrote Life and Death, which is a gender swap retelling. She told the something of Bree Tanner, which is about that one girl from Eclipse. And then she wrote The Host, which is like the first thing she wrote that was not part of it.
I read that. I read that.
Was it?
It's like, I can't remember. I read it like 15 years ago. I think it's like an alien book or something.
I think so.
I do not remember loving it. I remember thinking it was really weird.
That sounds like maybe a bit out of her element.
Yeah.
I wouldn't peg her to be able to handle sci-fi, and nor could I if I tried, so fair.
It strikes me as her trying to break out of the Twilight and
failing.
She also has a book called The Chemist from 2016.
Wow, I've never heard of that.
I haven't either.
Beautiful Monster from 2012. That's it. She does not write still. And would you, if you had Twilight money?
I guess. I mean, no. I mean, she probably. It seems like, from all the stories I've heard, that Twilight was something that like came to her in some kind of weird, repressed, horny fever dream, and so she got it all out, and that was what more is there from there. I don't know if she's a woman who really. I shouldn't speak for her, but I don't know that she's a woman who truly has a passion for the pen.
Based on the evidence we have of her like inexpert writing, not improving, and in fact worsening throughout the series, and the fact that she did not seem to have a successful writing career after the series, I think that supports what you're saying, Leela.
Yeah, because if you really are passionate about something, then you make an effort to learn and expand your knowledge and grow.
Yeah.
Her website is beautiful.
Oh, good for her. I mean, I would
never
hope
looked at it
so.
before. It's a very nice, like rich, beautiful turquoise, like not a tacky turquoise, like an elegant turquoise.
Wow, elegant
Like,
turquoise.
with like pale pink text. It's really lovely.
Kind of like a peacock.
Yeah, but even more, I'm not good at saying colors. It's more muted.
Okay. Well, good for her. Good for her. Okay, so I wanted to take a second just real quick to point out our drink.
Oh.
And so, yes.
So drinks in the library.
Yes, drinks in the library. So our drink that we're pairing, yes, beautiful. Leela's holding it up. It's called an O positive mocktail. And so it's pomegranate juice, cranberry juice, club soda, and a little splash of orange with it. And it's so good.
Gigi, your nails are giving O positive right now.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I forget why I'd picked this color. I think it
is a blood red.
I love it.
Thank you.
Can I ask you, and feel free to cut this out if this is rude, is that your real nails? Is that your real length?
Yes. So what but I've had it done for so long, so it grows out, and so like sometimes they'll start you off and they'll cut your actual nails off and they'll put the extension on, but then it ends up growing out. I know it before I started getting these done, I thought they were like a lot of extra work, but it doesn't chip. And that's what I really love about it, is it like it will last 3 weeks and like no chipping, nothing, and then I just go get it done again. So
yeah,
nice.
My problem is that I am much like Beller, I'm a girl who'd be flinging things all over the place. I fling and I flung my hands so much when I speak, and I will hit them on things and then break them. Like the force of how hard I am on my hands defies all nail salon logic. So, and then even if that doesn't happen, I'm so bad about going back every 3 weeks to get them done that I wait too long, and then they grow out so long that they like catch and then tear off. So basically I can't be trusted.
That's the only thing, is like getting back every 3 weeks, because that's the pain of it. But I like the way it looks. I like that it doesn't chip. And
yeah, when you have a job like you do, where you're staring at your hands all day, like I get it.
Yeah. Talking to people and things like that. So yeah. Anyway, thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, loving the O positive mocktail. So hang on. What are some times that, what was it, Justice for Charlie, Christina, that you had? Charlie could have been treated better. Charlie's the dad.
Charlie is the dad, and again, I wanna say that this is first book only.
Okay.
Because in subsequent books we have changing opinions on Charlie. Leela and I always have the exact same opinion on everything. Just kidding. You should still listen to our podcast. We talk back and forth. But Charlie is Bella Swan's father. Now, he is an officer of the law, and all cops are bad, is my personal opinion. Perhaps not the opinion of the show, but that is my personal opinion. And however, he is a small town sheriff, and that's the fun energy. Okay, we can get behind a small town sheriff. We all love Hopper and Stranger Things. Okay. And Bella treats him like, in her words, crud.
Oh.
Let's just flip to a couple examples of Charlie deserving better. Oh, that's Bella being clumsy. He buys her, this is page 7. He buys her a car and she goes, wow, a free car. He is a good guy. He loves the Cullens, and even though other people are weird about the Cullens, he loves the Cullens so much. I think because he has to work closely with Carlisle, the head of the head doctor at the office, the hospital.
The hospital office.
The hospital office. Charlie puts snow tires on her car. She can barely say thank you. She never is. Wow, I'm really lucky that my father lived all this time without me, and I just plopped into his life, and he moved his world around to accommodate me. Let's get into some more nitty gritty. He is so lonely. He's just so happy to have her there. On and on throughout the book, it's just them having these awkward exchanges. They're very similar. And then at the very end of the book, Bella is being pursued by the tracker vampire James.
Uh-huh.
Hot vampire. And so Edward is, we need to run away. Bella is, I'm 16. I need parental approval. Like I have to tell my dad. And Edward is, do whatever you can to get rid of him or whatever. And Bella's, what will I say to him? I can't hurt him. She goes home. Edward broke up with me and I have to drive to Phoenix right now. It's 10 o'clock at night. And he's, Bella, dude, I mean, my father would just absolutely never have let me go under those circumstances. He's, Bella, I thought you liked it here. I wish you would stay. And she says, that's what I'm worried about, getting stuck here just like mom. And then she gets in the car and I said the words to him that my mom said when she left him. Minutes after saying, well, I can't hurt him, she said the exact words her mother said when she was leaving his ass.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was really hard for me to get past that with her character.
And she never, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The finale of the book happens. She falls unconscious. She loves falling unconscious. She wakes up in a hospital. Edward's, her mom's there. We get a teary reunion with mom. Mom's, I'm so glad you're okay. Edward's there. We get the reunion with Edward. He's, oh my gosh, I'm so glad you're okay. And then I should probably apologize to dad. And it happens off screen. We don't even get to see her. As far as we know, she says, sorry about those things I said. And he's forgiven, I guess. And then it haunts him for the rest of his life.
Oh, poor Charlie.
Yeah.
Works like 70-hour weeks.
Now, let's see, just to play devil's advocate here. I think that you and I both are guilty of, and I'm sure maybe you are too, Gigi, of having said some pretty horrible things as teenagers to our parents.
To my father specifically.
I don't know that my dad is a pretty, don't ask, don't tell type of dad, but ask your mom. So, me and my mom got more into the meat of it, but I definitely said I hate you to my mom before. Like things that I would never dream of saying.
When I was about 13 or 14, it became public knowledge in my family and in our community that my dad had cheated on my mom very, 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 very badly for a long time. And so I got to say whatever I wanted to him, and I was never wrong.
Oh,
So I got some real license. I said things like, I remember one morning, I don't know why I still remember this. He was like, get in this car. We're going to the bus stop. Because if I didn't catch the bus, my school was like a 40-minute drive away. Like they were like, please don't make me drive this. I am your father. And I say, get in this car right now. And I got in the car and I looked over and I said, Dad, any parental authority you had over me and any fatherly respect I had for you died long ago.
Whoa.
That is cold.
Do you remember how he responded?
I think he didn't. And I think I caught the bus and we were not in the car for long.
Thank God for that. Can you imagine if after that you had missed the bus and you had to drive?
We lived in the country. He drove me to the bus stop. Oh yeah. I mean, I've said some truly god awful things to my dad. And my dad's special. He's a narcissist. He's really off the wall. I say stuff to him constantly and he cries about it or whatever. And I'm just like, that's fine. I have a good relationship.
I mean, my mom's not a narcissist. She is a lot. And
she has that thing that a lot of our moms have where she is like this like raw emotional center of your family and like constantly weaponizes it.
Yeah, for sure. And I really resented that, having to live with her for so long, especially as a very emotional hormonal teenager. And so when I said something like that nasty to her, which was probably in response to, she was really strict, especially as a teenager. She would take all of our cell phones and make them be plugged into her room at 10 p.m. every night. Like that, I thought was so crazy. I understand like why she did it, but I thought it was crazy.
You couldn't just find strangers on the internet back then. Those are friends you're taking away from.
Yeah, well, we didn't even have, all we could do was talk and text. Like there was nothing else we could do. I don't even think we were able to send pictures. Anyway, she was very worried about sexting. The church was very worried about sexting. And anyway, I think something like that. And I said, I hate you. But it killed me. And I apologized and felt horrible about it. Like I had an earnest apology. We talked about it and then we were like over it. That's not an emotional capacity that Beller has, unfortunately.
Well, and like also, Leela, you might have said I hate you and stuff like that, but you never
Yeah.
were like, remember when you were 16 years old and your mother told you that you were a constant disappointment to her because of your emotional volatility? Yeah, I see what she's talking about. You never hurt her like deepest insecurities.
Yeah. No, I wasn't like, hey, you know how your dad left? I actually have insider knowledge that it was your fault. Bye. I wasn't like, yeah, it's different. I guess, yeah, teen stuff like, you're the worst. I hate you, mom, is not the same
a bit
as
of a punching bag.
Yeah.
I know.
So.
What about you, Gigi? Well, and you said you're a parent. Maybe perhaps you don't have a teenager yet. That feels like way too young.
No, I have. She's 11. I have an 11-year-old.
There.
I know. I'm like a little bit scared, but we're still
batten down the hatches.
Yeah, we're close, and my theory on stuff is, and Leela, I feel like you and I have probably somewhat similar childhoods. It's very positive. As I said, my parents listened to this. But my thing is, if you're really strict with your kids, they're going to figure out how to push limits. And so I always just try to give her as much free range as I can to, be herself and grow and everything. So, but we'll see. Yeah. But no, she has not told me that she hates me yet.
Well, you're on the right track. I mean, every parent has to have hard rules at some point. I get it. But I think not being immediately, I think that our parents' generation is they feel like when they get scared or, for their kids or worried about their kids, what they jump to is authoritarianism.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the mom and it's because I said so. No further discussion. Go to your room.
Yeah.
And that doesn't necessarily breed a relationship of like trust and compassion.
I do think we're drifting here because Charlie lets Bella drive to Phoenix in the middle of the night.
You're right about that. To come back to the source material, I'll say Charlie and Renee are very chill parents.
Way too chill.
Way too chill. I mean, because
Charlie doesn't know that you can't put a can in the microwave.
That's the second one, right?
Oh yeah, sorry, but I mean, he's
hard to get past
kitchen,
that.
He like never has fed himself.
He's like, well, how have you survived this long? I think he just eats out all the time.
Yeah, some men are like that.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sure some women are like that. Sorry for gendering it.
Well.
I wanted to ask, so this is, it's a vampire book, but it's not, I would not say it's like an Anne Rice vampire book.
Yeah.
What do y'all think? Do you read things like this? What would you compare it to?
It's a supernatural YA romance. And in the same vein as what you just said, if I had to pick one of those, it would be YA romance, not supernatural. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It definitely is a YA romance. Has all the hallmarks of a YA romance. I think that it fits into the overall canon of vampire literature because it is so ubiquitous and so popular and is like outlasting like the generations.
Yeah.
I think that other books like this have been written that people will not remember. So yeah, as far as I know, it goes Carmilla, Dracula, Anne Rice, Twilight, and that's the end. Yeah, story.
Yeah, I'm sure there have been newer, like a lot of stuff that was written in like that same vein or attempted to be written in that same vein, but I can't think of anything.
Oh, Sinners. Sinners is the most recent.
Okay.
Oh, that's true.
Oh,
yeah,
so good.
Very different kind of. Yes, I've seen Sinners. It's amazing.
It's good.
Good.
Yeah. Another Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. I'm just gonna do a quick plug is a vampire book I really liked. So
that's one of those right when it came out, I got it from the library, but it's so long that I can't read it in a library amount of time. So I'm just gonna have to borrow it from someone or clear my schedule.
Maybe you just check it out from Gigi's library and she'll like look the other way.
I would never ask her to compromise her business ethics just because we have a semi-professional relationship.
I appreciate that. But I am very, just for the record, I think I'm very lenient librarian.
Well, and Richmond does not do late finds anymore, but
Right.
because it was a brand new book, I was like, I can't keep this and not be reading it
Yeah.
quickly enough. I'll read it some other way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it will eventually not be as popular, and then you can just
Yes.
get it. And so, anyhow, okay. I wanted to ask before we wrap up, who would you recommend Twilight to? Who is our ideal reader?
Adults.
Adults.
Yeah.
I would not let a child read this, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Unless I would let my teenage child read it with me so I could contextualize every step of their relationship, because I would not want my child to read this like I did and romanticize it like I did.
Okay.
And frankly, like we have talked about that. I agree that that's probably the only way I would allow like my child to read it as well, except honestly, when they get to the age that they're going to want to read it, they don't want their mom involved in it anyway. So if that's not going to be an option, then it's just not going to be an option. I would recommend it to friends my age as like a fun, goofy read. Like,
yeah, including
reading
our
it
friends,
ironically.
Yeah, including our friends who don't read that much. We have plenty of friends who aren't big readers, and I would still say pick up Twilight, dude. It's a ton of fun. It's really easy to read.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay. I love that. No one has ever billed Twilight to me as a fun, ironic romp.
I think it's dangerous for kids. I think it set me back, and a lot of other literature of its type. I think reading it without context set me back in terms of relationships, and I only figured out into adulthood what a good, responsible, supportive relationship was, you know?
Yeah, I agree. And I think it reiterated some really toxic, submissive type of traits that unfortunately my religious trauma, they kind of fed into each other in that way.
Yeah.
I don't blame Twilight for any of my trauma, but it certainly is, let's say, the Venn diagrams overlapped.
Yeah. And I wasn't raised very religious, but I still was raised in I'm sure there's like a smart word way to say this, but in a very like Christian, moral centric household with a dad who worked and cheated and a mom who stayed home with the kids and did not work. And this book definitely has a lot of boys do this and girls do this. No women work except for Bella briefly at a store. Like Edward's father, in quotes, because he's 24 years old, Carlisle, is a very prestigious and beloved doctor at the hospital. His wife, Edward's mother, Esme, is a mommy. And it's not that being a mother isn't valuable. It's that Carlisle gets to do both. Also, her children are grown adults, like hundreds of years old. So she's not being a real mom. So yeah, big girls do girl stuff, boys do boy stuff.
Well,
I would never want my children to internalize that.
Well, to the point that like the vampires all get cool powers, and Alice gets Alice gets a really cool power, I will say.
I want to say many vampires get powers. Some of them
That's
don't.
true.
Carlisle doesn't have one.
Yeah, that's true. Many of the Cullens are special, but Esme, they imply that her power, or like what's special about her, is that she loves her family a lot.
It's just so weak and offensive.
Yeah.
And stereotypical. What more could she possibly ask for than being the mother to 6 grown children?
That's it.
That's it. Being a mom is my superpower.
And also, this comes up. This does not come up until Breaking Dawn, but important context for Edward's mother, Esme, is that she attempted suicide, and Carlisle took that from her and made her a vampire. So, and now she gets to be a mom to forever teenagers. Like that is such a nightmare life.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know how to contextualize it. It's just, I love being a mom. I love being a wife. I love being a woman.
Yeah.
I have other things that I also enjoy that I need to do to get. And I think being able to be my complete self makes me a better mom, wife, all of these other things too. So
totally. And because otherwise, how do you pour from your own cup if you're not filling it, with other stuff?
Right. And like, how sad is it that that's what Stephanie, that's her ideal picture of kind of like the perfect woman.
That's
the whole personality. Yeah. Yeah.
This has been such a great conversation. We've been podcasting now for a few hours, so
Oh my God, we can't end on that note. Let me
Yeah,
end.
let's think of something we're supposed to be talking about stuff we like.
Okay, well, remember when she says crud? That's so funny.
So funny.
This is the skin of a killer. I'm like, please, please, Tabs, give me something.
I love
And
the
then his
tree
cold-
tantrum.
I'm close to that. His
Okay.
cold marble lips pressed very softly against mine.
mm.
And so the lion fell in love with the lamb, he murmured. What a stupid lamb, I sighed. What a sick, masochistic lion.
Oh my God. Wow. Poetry.
Pure poetry.
Perfect. All right. Okay. Now we've gotten positive. Let's talk
Yay.
about burn before reading. Where can people find you? What's coming up? Any kind of projects you've got going on?
Ooh, projects. You can find us wherever pods are cast, Burn Before Reading. And if you struggle to say the name of my podcast, I do too, because of that movie called Burn After Reading. And that's things that spies say. Yeah, if you haven't listened to it already, please check out last week, our 50 Shades of Grey episode with the one and only Gigi. That was a lot of fun. Rated R.
Yes. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer.
Rated E, not for everyone, but for explicit.
It's a lot of fun. And so these are bookend episodes. So if Twilight begets 50 Shades of Grey. So you got to listen to both.
We covered the whole Twilight series and the films last year on the pod. If you want to check those out, coming up tomorrow, actually, we have our Valentine's Day episode about Shakespeare in Love, that movie with Gwyneth Paltrow and Joseph Fiennes, which is one of my favorite movies. And Leela, you somehow never saw it, right?
No, I've gotten away with not having seen it, so I'm very excited.
It's
you'll love it.
It's like what Bella reads and is, I want love like that, and then Edward shows up and that's what it is, and she's wrong. That's not what it is. This year on the podcast, we're also covering the Josefina American Girl books, which we're really excited about.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
We're big American Girl fans.
Okay.
So we love the series. We love the dolls. We'll talk about it all day long. And Josefina was my first American Girl doll.
Okay.
And Christina had a Josefina as well. So, and we think the books are really darling. So we're excited to cover them.
That's awesome.
And then in a couple weeks, we're going to have Leela doing a rap from a throwback rap song that she's presenting.
Yes,
so a lot of fun stuff coming up on Burn Before Reading. So please check us out. We also, it's just so barely a plug asking for money, but if you sign up for our Patreon for our $1 a month tier, you can get access to our Discord server where a lot of really fun nerds from all over the world hang out, and we talk about books and movies and like mental health and kind of whatever we want. It's a really, really wonderful online community, and I love them so much. So we would love to invite you to be part of our online community as well.
That's awesome. I'm going to have to check all of this out as well. And I think y'all, this has been such a fun connection with you tonight.
Agreed. I can't wait to meet you in person one day, hopefully.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Well, we didn't cover it in this episode, but we were supposed to do this in person before this crazy snow came. But anyway, we will do it again soon. So thank you so much, y'all. And cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for spending some time with me and my guests for an episode of Drinks in the Library. For more information about the show, you can find us on Instagram at Drinks in the Library, on the World Wide Web, drinksinthelibrary.com, or shoot me an email at drinkspod@gmail.com. Until next time, cheers.